This is a taco with a bow tie. And they let me have stuffed animals do really crazy things. Anyway, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back. For those of you who were just watching 2.4.5 on Once and Future Hero, thank you for sticking around. For those of you who are just tuning in now, welcome. This is going to be issue 2.5, Future Perfect. As you can see, we've got the whole gaggle of goons here tonight. We've got Neraster, who is waving to you right now. We've got Dark Falls.
Hello.
We've got Crimson Avix. And some guy playing an otter. With a stuffed otter.
Hey, you can't say anything about it tonight.
Oh, I know. I had a stuffed taco.
Stuffed taco sounds delicious.
All right.
But anyway, where we left off last time is Phantasm, Malkir, and Lutra were down at the docks, and they had just taken out some doppelgangers of theirs, and Lutra found a very, very shiny coin.
I did. What was it?
It was a coin.
It was.
It was a coin that had images on it that said Sagittarius.
I mean, out of game, I know those are the signs of the zodiac.
Well, no, it actually physically says the word Sagittarius on
Right,
the
no, I
picture.
get that. I'm just talking about things around it. But Lutra has no idea, despite the fact that he's from space. Kind of weird, really. Hey, guys, check it out. Check it out. Found a coin. How much is it worth? Doesn't look like normal currency. He holds it up.
Do I know if anything's odd about this coin? Besides the fact that it says Sagittarius on it?
Well, it's definitely the first time you've seen a coin like this. But as far as you can tell, it could be one of those weird fancy collector's edition things.
Why on earth would clones of us be carrying this?
Does anything surprise you anymore, Phantasm?
Why were there clones of
Act-
us?
Yeah, stuff still surprises me.
Like, where would that have even come from? That doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one of me.
Well, there's also the fact that they look like our previous incarnations and not what we're capable of now.
Oh, I don't know, I kind of look the same.
Yes, but you'll notice that your Doppel you didn't have the sonic boom type power.
Well, I mean, he didn't use it, because I didn't use it either. He could have. It's not like I could see it.
Well, we know the me looked different.
Right. You were, well, Spectre. I mean, he was Spectre.
Right. Well, he was a clone, a Spectre.
Well, right, yeah, that's what I meant. I meant that. Who just sniffs around.
It's a warehouse. But go ahead and give me a perception check. It's a warehouse where they store fish.
It just immediately darts off towards some of the boxes of fish. Or wherever. It just starts rummaging through things.
To be precise.
What'd you say?
Tuna.
Ooh. Oh, I love this one. Richard grabs, like, as many as he can carry, which is a cartoonish pile in his arms as he comes back to the group.
Lucha, you realize that case you can just get that force rush at the base. We don't actually carry this back with us.
Oh, right. Right.
I mean, take it if it makes you happy, but we might not be going back to the base right away anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that you also remember you have to swim back to the plane.
Right. Lucha takes the fish back, sets all of them down, kind of sadly, looks at him and then walks away. Says as he walks back towards you, he mutters, "Gotta remember to ask Casey for tuna." Yeah, that sounds great. I got an idea. He comes back, looks up at all of you, kind of contently smiling, like, "So, what do we do now?"
You hold on to that coin.
Oh, okay.
We need to go have a talk with Casey, I believe.
So we're going right back to base.
There's no one else here that we really have to deal with.
Okay. Lucha stands there for a second. He darts back over the box, grabs one fish, and then dives back, like comes back and joins all of you.
Let's go. I just turn and just start walking to the jet.
Lucha happily like follows along, and he jumps in the water and swims back towards the jet.
Phantasm sort of jogs to catch up with Malkir and just, without Malkir even expecting it, just puts his hand on his shoulder and teleports back to the.
Wouldn't that set him on fire?
In theory, it would, but it's a movement thing, so we'll sweep it under the rug.
Fine.
If you want to play it like that, I can drop you out of midair right into the water.
We've already steamed the fish once in the bay today. We don't need to do it again.
On Lutra's head. Right, Lutra gets back as fast as he gets back. He swims really fast, so.
Yeah, I'm assuming it would probably be right about the same time.
Right.
So.
And why, pray tell, is there a fish on my plane? The AI is speaking up.
Oh, 'cause I found one.
From a warehouse that doesn't belong to you?
Well, yeah, they're just laying around. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. One sec. Lutra leaves the plane real quick. He goes and puts it back. And then comes back. I forgot this wasn't ours. I'm so used to being in our warehouses. Well, the ones owned by Casey, anyway.
Which is fine, but why would he have a warehouse full of tuna?
Probably because he was expecting I was going to ask for it.
The otter has sound logic.
I mean, at one point, Melchior did tell Hub to order one of every fish. So, you know.
One of every fish.
Well, you know.
Not a barrel full of tuna.
It's Hub. You never know.
Lucha,
True.
you're arguing with the machine.
But if Hub was going to troll you, it would be with gefilte fish.
Ooh, what's that? I've never heard of that one before.
And at this point, I just hit a button that shuts up the AI. You don't want to know, and you don't want to have it.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
And Phantasm starts up the jets and just takes off sort of jerkily, because I mean he's never done a water takeoff before.
but you guys make it back to base no problem.
All right, I go in and I immediately look for Casey.
Well, before you do that, you see a couple of posters on the wall as you enter in the hallway.
Hmm? I don't remember those being there. Oh. Hey!
I guess that means Anton's back.
A couple of these were plastered on the walls.
Where the heck did he get 50 grand from?
That's a really good question.
We're in Casey's building. I'm sure he may have just asked.
I feel like Anton wouldn't have done this.
Well, the giant's child enough it's possible.
Where is Anton, anyway?
About Mr. Wolf, you guys might want to see this. So Hub pulls up one of like those hollow video screens and shows you a scene of Anton in the gym right after it was cleaned up from Lutra's crossbow training experience. And there's no sound in the video. All you see is him doing something, looking around like he hears a voice. The medallion on his neck starts to glow. There's a flash of blue light, and he's no longer there.
Oh! Anton? What? How? What happened?
I don't know, but you couldn't do that in the gym.
No! I couldn't just disappear like that. Oh, actually, if I had my... Oh, right. I need to find Dr. Casey.
Yeah, we need to do that too. But remember, Anton couldn't do that before either.
Right. Oh gosh, where'd he go?
Maybe the same place the suit went.
I mean, I guess he'd like that to a point, but where'd the suit go?
Well, let's go talk to Casey again and see if he knows anything.
How is Anton anywhere in here and back yet, or no?
After the flash of light, I completely lost any sign of him.
Okay, so he didn't...
Although he did have me looking up some books, including one for you.
Oh?
And a tablet appears
Hmm.
for Lutra, and it's just got one of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish.
Oh. Lucha, as we all go looking for Casey, Lucha kind of like holds a tablet in front of him, is kind of half reading it as he's walking along.
As we're walking, Phantasm has to quickly, on numerous occasions, either catch a door or like re-guide Lutra from running into a door or a wall.
Oh, thank you. Out of game, I've never actually read that book, so I have no idea what's in it.
Did it?
Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's a time-traveling space
That
book,
one I
basically.
know.
I don't think it's anything that really
Okay,
pertains. It just has to deal with fish.
fair enough.
It's the fourth book in Hitchhiker's Guide.
Okay, didn't get that far. Never actually read the first one, just know of its existence.
So, do we even know where Casey is?
Oh, I do. Would you like to know?
Might be a wee bit helpful.
Well, he's in his office, of course. I would imagine he's helping deal with the fallout of what you guys just dealt with.
I just start making my way up to the office.
Same.
Yeah, we're all going up there because, well, that's kind of the only thing we have to talk about right now is what we just dealt.
I just rap on Casey's door.
And then Phantasm just turns the knob and walks.
Jerk.
You know, I think I rather prefer the aggressive knocking. He hits a button on his desk and the door just whoop, slides open.
Yeah, well, the last time I tried to get a hold of you, you took a while to get to the door, so what exactly do you think just happened there?
I have no clue. But from what I saw, you guys took care of it.
Yeah. I had to find another me. I didn't know another me existed.
There's one problem.
What's that?
And yes, before you answer the question, yes, I may have hacked into the warehouse security cameras.
I wasn't going to ask that question.
That actually doesn't surprise me.
But
I actually expected.
the issue is the fact that, okay, one of them got incinerated. I'll give you that one. The other two, they just dissolved. What were they?
They didn't smell like anything. Lutra's nose twitches as he says that.
What do you mean they didn't smell like anything?
They didn't smell like anything. I don't know. That's exactly what I mean. They didn't have a scent to them.
It was almost like they were spirits.
But why would they be spirits of what you used to look like?
Just spitballing here. Maybe this is once again tied to those pillars of light. And maybe the images that we saw were replicated from what we looked like at that point.
At this point, Hub speaks up. So what you're saying is we had a Spectre or Spectre?
No, what I'm saying is we're going to have a malfunctioning bot if you don't shut up.
You just hear a visible, and like all the screens that Casey aren't using just have a sad face emoji on them.
Go back to your circuit board and think about what you said. Anyway, Casey.
Go back to your storage folder.
Casey just sort of.
There, besides the massive amount of fish that Lutra wanted to bring with, but realized he couldn't because then we would be the thieves that they made us out to be.
Yeah, I forgot that was your place.
We have only one thing that actually might give us any clue what was going on. Lutra.
Oh, right. Lutra reaches into his pocket, pulls out that coin, and holds it up, saying, "We found this."
It looks like a silver coin.
Lutra hands it to him. Like, I don't know. We found it though.
Okay, that's a very interesting coin.
Yeah, that was my thought too. Can you run tests on it to see if there is any magical energy?
Lutra looks over. Magic?
I mean, I could definitely do that. I don't necessarily have the capability of doing that. But what I can tell you is this is very interesting for a number of reasons. Specifically, the fact that the word Sagittarius is printed on it in English, but the coin itself is a Roman denarius.
Roman Dewedius?
A Roman denarius. It was the standard unit of Roman silver coins back from its introduction in the Second War to the reign of Gordian III, AD, till about 244. It was replaced by the Antoninarius after that.
Lucia is blankly looking at him as he says all this, and then after he finishes, he goes, "Oh, okay. So,
Basically, it's really old.
what's Roman?"
It's a civilization that's across the ocean in Europe. We'll do history classes later.
Oh, okay.
Phantasm, didn't you say you remember distinctly 13 lights when we shared that spear?
My thoughts strongly considered something along these lines.
And there's 13 signs of the zodiac as well.
Well, technically, yes. There's 12 recognized, and then a 13th that has been theorized that exists in the universe, like in the skies, but isn't actually tied to, say, the traditional thoughts of the zodiac, like zodiac signs that people assign based on when they were born. But you have your typical like Cancer and Leo and Virgo, and then the 13th is supposedly Serpentinius, which falls, I believe, sometime
In September. It's between
sometime
Scorpio and
between
Sagittarius.
Scorpio and Sagittarius. So
Right. But the serpent sign, in this case, from what I understand, it's actually the constellation itself that it's based off of is from the Greek for serpent bearer, Ophiuchus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was Ophidius.
yeah, they're usually interchangeable, dealing with the serpent or the serpent tamer. Yeah.
Lucia's looking at all of you, absolutely confused.
So the problem is what does this really tell us other than we're basing, you know, a coin and 13 pillars? I mean, 13 has a lot of symbolism in many various cultures and everything else. Uh, very much so in American culture, but like, Casey, do you really think this could deal with scions of light?
I'm sorry. What?
Well, yes, there are the 13 signs of the zodiac, but I've heard a lot of ties to scions and the zodiacs, each representing like various elements and things like that. I never truly believed it because, well, there wasn't really any affinity to said elements. Well, that was until I got my wind powers, and obviously Makir with his fire insanity and stuff like that. But I mean, could that be possible? I mean,
Wait a minute. Fire and sand. Oh, hold on a second. Let
Oh, that's right.
me
Casey
look
hasn't
some.
seen my pyrokinesis yet.
Yeah, no. Let me look something up here. He just goes typing away on his computer.
Lucius just kind of idly, like, stands there, kind of rocking back and forth on his feet, just kind of looking around. Humming gently to himself.
By the way,
Nope.
Hub,
Never mind. Not what I thought it was. Carry on.
well, what did you think it was?
Well, as you can see on the coin here, there's the symbol of Sagittarius, the arch of the arrow. I was seeing if this 13th sign of the zodiac was related at all to the symbol that's now currently glowing on Malkir's hand. Unfortunately, there is zero relation.
Casey. Or even
Yes.
Hub. Hub's right here. I'm sure Hub can do this without you actually having to type anything. Hub, can you see if there's any correlation with the word Sagittarius and anything relating to spirit or souls?
I thought you told Hub to go away.
Hub's always present. We know this.
What he told me was to be quiet.
Fair point.
I don't quite know if you're going to be happy with the results that I've got.
Well, the fact that you got results piques my interest.
Well, the only reference to those two words being in similar is from a Wikipedia for a video game.
A video game?
Yes, apparently there is a video game released that based some things off of what they referred to as Zodiac Braves. They refer to the what they call espers, and the one associated with Sagittarius is, as they put it, the esper of soul. That's the only reference I have.
It's interesting.
Would you like the entry that they have in the game for it?
It's just bizarre that that's the only thing. How do I hear rumors of that and the only thing I would tie to is a video game?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I like video games. I don't get to play much.
You probably like the Mario so you can swim, huh?
Yeah. Fox and Mario's really
Tell me,
fun.
Hub.
However, if we continue on the extrapolation from that, the esper, as they call it, representing Sagittarius, does have a little bit more information.
Okay, before that, can you tell me one other thing?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Is there an esper tied to poison? or venom.
Poison? Venom? Hold on, let me look. Well, rot and decay, would that count?
I would assume so.
Then yes. It refers to it as, according to the video game, Cuchulainn, which is funny because that's named after a Greek hero.
Are we really dealing with real life
Excuse me, Irish hero,
incantation?
not Greek. My bad. Someone messed with the wiki page.
Are we really dealing with real life incarnations of these beings?
Anything's possible. I mean, it won't be the strangest thing that we've seen.
I mean, it's feasible to say that there's legends of these, and then the creators of the video game just sort of use them. I mean, it's entirely possible.
By the way, Casey, have
At
you
this
heard any,
point,
Go ahead, Kurt.
at this point, if at all possible, Phantasm goes even whiter. I don't know if that is possible, but he walks over to one of
He's now
Casey's computers.
transparent.
Yeah, he walks over to one of Casey's computers, and just types in a little bit of information, and is sort of silent, just staring at the screen.
Casey's at this point. Is everything okay?
By the way, Casey, while he ponders whatever it is he's doing, do you have any sign of Anton? Have you heard anything about his signature or anything like that?
No, I was working on trying to find him when you guys walked in. I'm assuming you saw the video.
Yeah, Hub showed it to us.
Was there any kind of like weird energy spikes that you guys picked up?
Yeah, it was a massive energy spike, but no energy that I've ever detected. It was weird. Everything went sort of haywire for a minute, and then everything was back to normal.
Is it possible that this is tied into that?
We're getting into stuff I have no idea about. We're talking magic and demons, and based off of video games, or video games based off of demons, and I'm a scientist.
Well, the reason I asked that is there's only three of them. There was three of us. If this was true to our past selves, there should have been Anton with us also.
Yeah, that was weird.
Phantasm.
So, for those who don't know, I joined the Air Force after a really big fallout with my father right after Thanksgiving.
Aw.
I actually swore in on December 2nd. December 2nd falls within the supposed time frame of Serpentarius, or also known as Ophiuchus. And according to this video game, the Esper that represents this sign embodies darkness. I can't believe that's just coincidence.
The question is, then, what exactly does this mean, and who exactly are we dealing with?
Oh my God. Casey's over your shoulder at this point.
Huh?
He goes, he reaches over, you didn't realize it was a touchscreen, so he sort of touch screens as the whole zoom in thing, and he zooms in on a picture on the wiki page of what the game represents as the sigil of said Esper. The very middle of that sigil is the exact same symbol on Malkir's left hand.
Lucha peeks over everyone else's shoulder. Ooh. Hey, we've seen that before. Just because Lucha points out the obvious of everything.
I just pull my glove off and I just hold my hand up to the zoom in.
Huh.
This is the second time now, Phantasm, that it seems like your and my paths have crossed in the past.
There is a note of what the full sigil looks like that you guys have. As well as the note that has been renamed to Malkir Sigil for comparison purposes.
Ooh.
So
Lucha's kind of resting his
problem
muzzle
is-
on Casey's shoulders. He looks over.
that these espers they're also known as scions. We are practically dealing with gods.
And if this history is to be believed, dark gods who fell from grace who wanted to take over the world.
I think with what we're dealing with, we need to find Anton fast, because sooner rather than later, we're going to need him.
Well, best advice I can say is we should probably look where he was.
At that point, Phantasm just does his whole Death Eater movement right down to the gym.
Casey shudders and looks at Malkir and Lutra. It's still creepy when he does that.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But Dr. Casey, before we go any further, I gotta ask you something real quick.
Yeah?
Lucha takes his belt off and holds it up and says, "This isn't working anymore."
Sure, I'll fix it. He tosses Lutra back the coin.
Oh! Lucha grabs it.
While that's all going on, I'm just walking downstairs.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
Lucha hands it to him, like, carefully, like it's, his, like, lifeline almost, but it's just, thank you. I don't know what's happened. I tried using it and it didn't work.
He opens up the thing. Oh, it got salt water logged.
Oh. Can you
Yeah, I can fix this.
do something to stop that from happening? Because I want to go swimming a lot more.
Yeah, I can do
Oh,
that.
cool. Thanks. He hugs him.
I just make my way into the gym and I just kind of look at Spectre and say, "You could have taken us with you."
After Lucha finishes hugging Casey, he leaves and runs down the stairs towards the gym as well.
Phantasm in response says, "Yeah, I could have, but the last 2 times I did, it looked like you were gonna vomit afterwards."
You've never taken me like that.
Well,
Temper.
I'll take you for a ride at some point.
Temper. Iter.
Temper.
Tempest. Iter.
Lucha looks around and says, "Is anyone else hearing that?"
I hear wind. It sounds kind of like something. I can't make it out though.
Tempest. Iter. Yeah?
Is that you?
Is what me? Why is it that everyone's asking me? Anton asked me the same thing right before he disappeared. I don't hear anything.
Lucha looks up and says, "You don't hear that voice saying Tempest Iter?"
As you say the words Tempest Iter, the same blue light that you saw enveloping Anton envelops you three. And as the blue light fades, you are no longer inside the nice, comfy, cozy confines of Stormbreaker Technologies, but you appear in the middle of a clearing on a very cold island with an earth-armored Anton staring at you.
I assume for no reason at all, Lucha falls face first into the snow.
Yep.
Upon
And
seeing
just sort of reaches over and pulls Lutra up by the back of his little one piece.
No, thank you.
and upon seeing the three of you, Anton immediately darts over and just grabs Lutra and gives him the biggest hug he's ever had.
It's rough and stony.
Hi! Hi! Hello?
Oh, Lutra, it's so good to see you. They said you were dead.
Oh.
They said all of you were dead.
I'm very much alive, thank you very much.
Who is they?
Oh, yeah.
Anton, it's good to see you too, by the way. Hugs him back.
It's
You guys
still
all
rough
probably
and
just like see
stony.
me steaming around the snow.
Have I got a story for y'all?
I'll bet. How is our gym tied to a mountain of snow?
So either I just traveled back 15 years or y'all just traveled forward 15 years. And that's not the weirdest part.
Well, we just saw a video. Hub just showed us a video of you disappearing from the gym. Then we went to the gym. We heard this voice, and now we're here.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's how I got here too.
Oh, okay.
And when I got here, Ben, you remember Ben? He was, standing here with some guy making wind. I think his name was Zypher or something.
Oh.
Said that they had sent me the stone, my necklace.
Oh, the thing the amulet you got?
Yeah, so apparently they sent someone back with the necklace to get it to me. Something about timelines and my armor and end of the world going on. I don't remember all of it. It's a little confusing, but they said that it didn't fix the timeline.
Oh, I see. All right.
So they summoned me by getting me to, I guess, say the magic words or whatever 15 years in the future to train me how to use the amulet.
Oh.
And that's what you're doing here?
No, I'm here because I'm stuck here. Some guy, you remember the guy that we fought, in the under the ocean, the weird thing stabbed the orb? Yeah. He's evil.
I mean, kind of figured he was evil.
Yeah, he was evil. Big black armor, big black sword, tried to kill me.
Oh.
How did he
Failed.
escape?
He escaped. I don't know, but he attacked and tried to kill me, and Zypher. I held my own for a while, and Zypher just blew me off the island, so I couldn't. So he wouldn't kill me.
No.
What island?
Oh, we're on a island, and apparently either the Arctic or the Antarctic, because it's not warm here. I'm fine. I don't know why. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm whatever.
Lucha is covered
Must
in
have something
fur,
to do
so
with it.
he's got that going for him.
But yeah, they this must be where they were resisting. They said there were 13 evils that escaped when that orb was shattered, which we knew, but somehow this is all connected. And Zypher said he was the guardian of wind.
Huh. Okay, so
Well,
there's one thing I don't understand. You said you saw Ben?
Yeah, except for he was 15 years older.
Oh. Okay.
And where are they now?
I don't know. The Zypher blew me off the island, and there was a giant flash of light. And by the time I got back, I was unable to find them.
Oh. Lucha looks around. It's like, okay, so how do we get home?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
When Lutra asks that question, you hear a whisper, and only Lutra hears this. I know how.
Lucha looks around. Well, tell us how then. He says that part out loud.
Lucha, are you hearing the things again?
Huh? You guys didn't hear that?
Hear what?
No.
Huh? Something said, I know how.
no one said anything.
I definitely heard something. Lucha calls out.
Well, then ask it how.
Lucha calls out. So how do we get home? Whoever said that?
You get no response.
Mhm. Lucha just stands there for a little bit, starts tapping his foot, crosses his arms, frowns, says, No one's saying anything.
Anton, is there any establishments around here that we could get cover from?
We're on an island out in the middle of nowhere. I've been here for what feels like hours. No.
Oh. I see.
But I am getting this information. The amulet's kind of guiding me here. We need the person who summoned us here, or I guess in this case, summoned me here, to get back.
I see.
So we have to find Zypher or Ben, whichever one of them cast. And I show them the stone arrangement for the incantation. whoever cast this, so we can get back home.
Oh. Kind of pads over, looks at the stone set up for the incantation.
Lutra hears, I know where to find them, too.
Huh? She just kind of mutters and says, I don't know who you are.
A friend.
So tell me,
You have to get off the island.
how do we get...
You have to head back home.
Right,
The ruins of Alcatraz.
ruins of Alcatraz, what are you talking about? We're just trying to talk louder.
Out of character, all I'm imagining is Luthor sitting there talking to himself, and it is the funniest thing in the world.
That's basically exactly what's
It
going
really
on.
is.
Are you okay, Luthor?
No, I'm hearing voices.
Well,
Would you
can you
prefer
tell us
if
what
you
they're saying?
didn't hear my voice?
What'd you say? I'm sorry, what'd you say, TG? TG, what'd you say?
Would you prefer if you didn't hear my voice?
I prefer if you gave me answers to
I'm
my
simply-
questions.
I did. The ruins of Alcatraz.
From
That's where you'll find them.
the ruins of Alcatraz. Where are we compared to Alcatraz?
Wait. Did you just say the ruins of Alcatraz,
Yes.
Lutra? That's back where we were in Bay City.
Well, the voice just said we had to go there.
But that's not here.
I don't know. That's what he said.
I'm a she.
Oh, sorry, she. Why does everybody always talk to me in my head?
Wait, a she?
Yeah. That's what she said. Lucha looks around and says, where are the ruins of Alcatraz from here? What's Alcatraz?
Alcatraz was a prison.
Oh.
Probably not probably, definitely the most secure prison in U.S. history. Located off the shores of San Francisco, which ultimately became Bay City. But it shut down years and years and years ago.
What did you say it was?
A prison.
No. Off the shore? Did you say an island?
Yeah.
Anton, did you just tell us we were on an island?
Yes, we are. We are on Bovette Island.
Where's that?
Well, you're not going to like it.
I don't really like it at all anyway,
But-
so where's that?
Antarctica.
Oh! Where's that?
About as far away from Alcatraz as we could be.
Oh. Okay.
And at this point, Spectre makes a snowball. He digs a little divot into it and says, "This is Alcatraz." And then he points to the bottom and he's like, "This is where we are."
Oh. Spectre, can't you just, teleport us all there?
I could try, but the problem is that if I don't know when we are, I won't know if where we need to go still exists.
Oh. Okay.
Anton, did they
mean-
give you any clues on to what they thought we should do at this point?
No, and as far as time, it's been 15 years according to them, so it should be like 2023. I don't know how much that helps you because this is the future, though. So who knows what's changed?
Well, I think our first step is trying to figure out how to get off this rock.
Well,
Lutra hears, use the circle.
The circle? Lucha looks at the rock formation again. This thing? Lucha pads over to the stone structure. Just kind of looks it over real close.
It's definitely designed in a very particular way. Definitely looks like every rock, everything has been placed here for a reason.
Is it a circle? I missed that earlier.
It's if you expand out, it's actually several different intricate designs, either drawn into the dirt and using stones as sort of anchor points of what appears to be a ritualistic symbol.
Gotcha. You think we should just step in the center of this thing?
I mean, I assume it wouldn't do anything. It's designed to pull us from the past into the future.
Oh, okay.
Are we dealing with Peg, Anton?
Lucha steps in the center of it anyway.
Nothing happens as Lutra steps in the center of it.
Whew. Jeez, I thought that was gonna be weird. He steps away. Looks around and says, so, the voice just told me to use the circles.
Circles?
I don't know.
Are there any circle objects or items around?
Just the ritual circles.
I wonder. Anton's pondering and starts trying to form the circles, with his mind for the amulet.
If they weren't completely perfect circles, you have stone shaped them into completely perfect circles.
Oh, they're circles.
Lucha kind of jumps back. Ah!
Oh, yeah, they taught me how to use the amulet while I was here too.
Wait. Wait, you did that?
Yeah, I point over to a tree that's been, with the remnants of a tree that's been incinerated on the ground.
Oh.
I did that as well.
Oh.
And if you look to your left, you'll see the remnants of a door.
Why is there a door here?
They told me to make a door, so I made the door from the roof. It has the dent and everything.
It is a stone door from the roof that has a dent similar to the one Anton always made while trying to open the door.
I wonder if this symbol in my hand will do anything for us.
Give it a try.
I just kind of put my hand in the middle of the circle.
The symbol starts to glow as you get towards the center of the...
Ooh. Hey, that looks like it's doing something.
Guys, get close just in case.
Which was already standing there, so.
But yes, the symbol on your hand is definitely reacting to the circle.
At this point, I would just concentrate and start pushing my mental energy down into it.
As you are sort of doing the whole crouch down, push the energy thing, you sort of get a pulsing, and fire is pulsing out of this circle. And in a circle, basically in tune with your heartbeat, and it's going out to the other edge of the circle, like the outer edge of the ritual circle, and it just keeps beating and beating and beating until eventually one of these flame pulses just sort of wraps and wreaths the entire circle in flame, and it basically creates this wall of fire that sort of falls down into the middle of the circle on top of everybody. However, unlike it hurting like you were expecting it to, it's actually quite warm and soothing. And when the fire clears, you guys are standing in what you think is the ruins of Bay City.
Oh. Okay. That was weird.
Well, it's better than being stuck in a rock. Now we're just stuck in another rock.
Yeah, this rock didn't have destroyed city.
Yeah.
This city looks familiar.
I just kind of like touch my communicator to see if we can reach Casey.
Static.
Can we see any?
Guys,
Can we see any remnants of this? Like, can we see the remnants and actually tell that it's Bay City?
You can definitely tell it's Bay City just by the destroyed remnants of what used to be the Golden Gate Bridge.
Guys.
Oh, there's.
Oh my gosh.
Lutra,
Yeah?
you said Alcatraz?
Ruins of Alcatraz.
Immediately, without any warning, Phantasm grabs Lutra, Anton, and Malkir and teleports them directly to Alcatraz.
Ah!
Hey!
Well, you can't teleport directly into the ruins of Alcatraz, but you can definitely get
Well,
to
not
the
in, but
island. You can definitely get to the
rock.
Suddenly,
Yeah.
Sean Connery.
Little warning there next time, dude.
Whoa! Oh my gosh! Okay, I see what Malkier was saying. Ugh. Huh! Shakes it. Ugh.
All right. Well, I
Should
guess
we
have
knock
some
on the
people
door?
for-
Oh, there's no door. It's just like ruins.
Lutra instinctively
I-
reaches down for his belt and then looks down in horror and he's like, "Oh no! I gave my belt to Casey to fix."
Remember, you don't need the belt.
It helps me sneak around and be invisible.
Am I able to sense anything on the ground, walking, standing?
Nope.
Lucha, what did that voice say to do here?
Just said to come here.
Well, we're here.
Yeah, we are.
Shall we go take a tour?
Okay.
A 3-hour tour. Couldn't resist.
I was
sorry.
about to make a reference too. Not gonna anymore.
Well, we are on an island, too.
I know! I just go and sing the theme song.
Would Lutra have seen Gilligan's Island?
No, he was gonna make a reference he didn't understand.
Hub told him, right?
Probably.
All right, so what do you guys say? Should we
Phantasm
making our way
starts
to
walking the halls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phantasm's just gone,
Yeah.
so I guess we should follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. So much for our group decision. I just kind of scoff and keep walking.
I don't think we had much of a choice, really.
Well, if your voice would talk to you again.
Well, she was back in Antarctica, wherever that is. I don't think she followed us here.
Whatever. Be ready, though, because something wants us here.
Well, something told us to come here anyway. I don't know if something actually wants us here.
As you walk along, there isn't a whole lot left structurally, except for the sort of main sort of cell block area. And as you sort of approach it, that's kind of the image you see that's on the screen right now. It's sort of like the main cell block area.
Okay.
And standing there are a couple of familiar faces to Anton. You should have access to both the Scimitar and Zephyr notes in your journals to take a look at what they look like.
Is that the main character of Chronicles?
That might be Surge.
It is Surge. It's not a mite.
And standing around, you see one of them sort of up on this dais and another one sort of looking ominously. And well, I'll show you what they look.
I already know who they are.
That's because you've played this JRPG before.
Which one is it?
Out of character, that is Zeramis and Exodus from Final Fantasy 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I do them also because I've also played said game.
Have they noticed us?
It looks like they're waiting for you. Since Krim so eloquently gave us the name, Zeramis is the crab-like one, Exodus is the other one, the scales, and Exodus is going to speak. Well. 4 more guilty parties.
Huh?
This is a feast. You've come for your execution as well. At the sound of the word execution, Zeramis just sort of looks like he's getting giddy with excitement.
We didn't come for an execution, actually.
Oh, but you did. Theirs. And he shows you the 2 people tied up behind him. And yours.
At this point, Phantasm sort of leans over to Lutra and says, "Don't respond."
Oh. Huh?
And then he sort of tugs on Lutra's fur to sort of get him to back up a little bit. So he can attempt to sort of exit the corridor.
Now, this is mostly a stone building, correct? What's left of it?
Pretty much.
What are they attached to? Or is it just rope, or how are they tied up?
They look like they are unconsciously attached to rope, which is attached to 2 wooden reliefs, each one having a different symbol, which you recognize as, if you have any knowledge of Zodiac. Krim, off the top of your head, do you remember which 2 Zodiac signs these 2 are aligned with? I forgot.
We would be seeing Cancer and Libra.
There we go, then.
Obviously, because the crab and the scales.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Ben is attached to the relief of the Cancer symbol, and the other person is attached to the Libra symbol.
out of character, what is a relief?
A carving.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, rock carving.
Fair enough.
These are wood.
Gotcha. Hey, who are those two guys they have tied up back there?
That's. You don't recognize the one on the right?
I don't know, do I?
Lutra's too far away to get a good glimpse.
Not from here.
That's Cypher and Ben.
Ben?
Remember, it has been 15 years.
Hmm?
But whatever those things are, we're going to have to deal with them to get them out, it looks like.
Well, yeah.
Anton, we're not dealing with them.
I am usually one to fight, but even here, I agree with Phantasm that discretion is a better part of valor. You guys have to realize that these guys might be gods.
It's not they might be, they are.
Yes, but they're blocking our way home.
Well, we die to them, we're never making it home.
Yes, but if they kill them, we're not making it home either.
Lutra hears a whisper. The crab's anger is his weakness, as is the judge's ego.
Lucha kind of puts a serious look on his face and says, "No, we can do this."
Really? Just like that? You're ready to go?
Lucha nods.
Anton's looking at Lutra very concerned.
Lucha nods.
Well, Lucha, I got your back. Phantasm?
I'm totally not a fan of this. And then a little smirk comes across Phantasm's face. Hey, why is he the one doing all the talking? Can't you speak for yourself? Obviously, Phantasm's talking to the one with the crab arm.
The other one, Exodus, will speak. There are some people who deserve to speak, and others who don't. The guilty, such as you, don't deserve it.
Oh, you mean I shouldn't be talking to you now?
Try us.
If you insist. I'll need initiatives.
By the way, you mentioned our comms are all staticky, but do they still work among us?
Yeah. He said I was trying to get a hold of Casey.
Right, yeah, I just want to make sure. Is it possible to whisper something in comms so that they don't hear it?
Of course.
Okay. Because as we're readying up, Lucha's going to whisper what he heard the voice telling to everybody else.
I assumed you already had.
I was waiting for a moment to say it.
All right, what is the initiative bonus on both Lutra and Malkir?
I'm at +9 now.
I am also.
I already put it in, so.
Well, no, because you're both tied. I wanted to know who was going
Oh.
first.
9 equals 4 plus 5.
Yeah, I'm rolled the 15.
Oh, we'll let the thing sort it out. The thing sorts Malkir first.
Well, hold on. Melchior, what's your dexterity?
6.
You go first.
So, when Lutra actually whispers over the telecom about what he heard, Phantasm sort of grins and whispers back, I can do anger.
Yeah, no.
But right now it is Malkir's turn.
I'm just going to draw my weapons and just kind of get into a defensive position and just kind of hold back at the moment, contrary to my normal rush headfirst into things.
It is Lutra's turn, and you're going to hear aim true and fire.
Lucia nods. He holds up his agile feint. I'm way too far away to use that, aren't I?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So Lucia pulls out his crossbow and aims at Zero Miss and fires a bolt. If I can find.
Don't hit your crossbow button.
Okay.
Roll me 1d20 plus 14. Which one were you firing at?
Zero Miss.
Okay, that is the good one to fire at for you, especially for what just happened, because you fire what you think is your normal arrow. However, doesn't look like your normal bolt. It definitely looks like it's been empowered by something, and it strikes true, as the voice said it was going to.
Lucia kind of looks a little shocked, like, oh!
Hey, he hit something besides me.
I taught him how to shoot.
Ah, that would explain
Yeah,
it.
this thing called a sight? I didn't know this had that.
So you hear a massive amount of screaming as it looks like there is some serious pain going on with Zeramis. But for those of you who have any sort of sight, like the arrow hits, doesn't leave a mark, just sort of hits, disappears. There is no mark on Zeramis, but he's howling in pain. For out of game terms, he's taken 2 will bruises and he is staggered.
Will bruises? What exactly does that mean?
It means it means the arrow that was fired was an alternate damage effect will.
Right. But what does a will bruise mean?
It's exactly like a bruise to toughness, except it affects the will stat.
Okay.
He's mentally weaker, basically.
Gotcha.
But it is the
hold on.
judge's
Hold on a second.
turn.
Can I still do something?
Depends on what it
I
is.
wanted to see if I could use inspire.
That you can absolutely do.
So after firing all that, Lucha hitting that, he holds his hands up and just calls it to everybody like, "That's it, guys. We can do this. Let's go!" And that's inspire rank 3.
So until the beginning of Lutra's next turn, everyone gets a untyped +3 bonus on every die they roll. As I said, it is Exodus's turn. And since Lutra decided he was going to fire at his friend, and since, everyone else was sort of being cocky and wise butt, he's going to attack everybody using the alternate version of multi-attack, which means he can take -1 for each person attacking and attack everybody. So it's going to be on a -4 for each of these rolls, and he's attacking everybody with Meteor Strike. So in order, we're going to attack Phantasm, Lutra, Malkir, Anton. Does a 17 hit Phantasm?
A 17 is... It's a
Dodge.
range attack, right?
It's a dodge, range dodge.
Okay. No, it does not.
Does a 20 hit Lutra?
No, it doesn't.
Does a 16 hit Malkir?
10 equals 5 plus 5, so no.
And I know a 14 doesn't hit Anton, so a bunch of meteors fall from the sky and all just barely miss you.
Well, wait, hold on. I have 20, so it would be a tie, wouldn't it?
No, because -4 from the multi-attack.
Oh, so 16, okay.
Anton.
Before you do that, Lucha's gonna be like, okay, that's meteors falling from the sky. Indoors. That's weird.
You hear a whisper. Magic.
Right, magic. What?
Are the meteorites are stone, correct?
Oh, they are.
Anton is going to launch the stone at it.
That would be your move object ability, which is terraforming, I believe. Yep. Unfortunately, 21 is not going to hit the judge.
Is that plus with the +3 though?
Oh.
+4, actually.
Or plus? No, it should just be +3 for the inspire.
Yes, +3 for Inspire.
With the +3, it will hit the judge. And the effect DC is 21, plus a couple extra bonus points added in there for the size of the meteor. He'll take a bruise as you relaunch his meteor back at his face. And for the record, everybody else here hasn't seen Anton do that yet. He basically just sort of looked at the rock, lifted it up, and just tossed it back at Exodus. Phantasm's up.
So, seeing Zermus sort of writhe in pain, Phantasm does his little turning into that cloud of darkness, and pun not intended, by the way.
Weakling.
And sort of
Wrong Final Fantasy.
yeah,
Intend your
Final
puns,
Fantasy
sir.
III. But he teleports over behind Zeramis, and his spell slash sword he brings down right on Zeramis's tail.
Because attacking tails worked so well for you last time.
Why is everyone always attacking
Apparently
a
not.
tail?
Well, no, you hit. Remember, you're +3.
Yeah, I hit with a 3 though.
You did. He's not that hard to hit. And actually, with the anger happening here, he's actually, a bunch of things are happening, but he is just screaming. He's ridiculously angry as you hit him. Unfortunately for you, he doesn't take any damage. However, you just made him ridiculously angry to the point where something happens to your fell slash sword. You're not entirely sure what, but definitely some energy got absorbed into it as you hit the tail. And seeing as you're right there, Zermus is going to return the favor by attacking you with Crab Hammer. I don't think a 15 hits you, though.
No. Actually, it's a tie.
15 hits your parry?
My parry's a 5.
Plus
Oh, then in
3,
that case,
though.
he does hit you.
No.
No, it's on a
Three's
die roll. So he is going to turn around in his anger and just smack the heck out of you with his hammer. I do need a DC 29 toughness save.
0 point.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You, so basically he swings wildly at you with the crab hammer, and the energy that sort of manifested with your sword made it tangible, and you're able to block the crab hammer with the sword.
And at this point, Spectre's just kind of looking down, because before the sword sort of conjured itself, and now it sort of appeared in his hand as like a physical manifestation of a sword rather than a conjured like spirit weapon.
Ooh.
Malkir is up.
I just kind of back up, so I'm kind of parallel to Anton and just kind of get on one knee, still facing Dumb and Dumber, and pass my turn for now.
Okay. Lutra's turn is up, and the Inspire effect is gone.
I'm just gonna run up here. And he's gonna get himself in a stance and put his arms out to either side of him, and then he's gonna smash his hands together, and he's using his clap stunner.
Is it selective?
I don't know what that means.
Can you
Does it
target
have-
it, or is it just...
No, it's a burst area.
Yeah.
A selective burst area means he can select who it affects. If it is not selective, Phantasm is going to have to make the dodge as well.
Oh, I thought that only attacked enemies.
Nope, if it's an area without selective, it attacks everything.
Oh, then never mind. That was my bad.
No, that's fair.
Go ahead, I mean, I can try to make the dodge.
I'd rather not.
Well, to be fair, it would be Lucha's first like practical use of it, so it kind of makes
Right,
sense.
Yeah, it's
makes
actually
sense that Lucha
true.
wouldn't
Yeah,
know
you're
that.
right. All right, fine. I'll just do it.
Click the button. Alrighty, so I'm going to need dodge checks of DC 20 from Exodus, Zeramus, and Phantasm.
Actually, no, that's the DC 20.
Um,
the 20s versus the Fortitude.
Yeah, but it's also
Right,
dodge.
yeah.
It's the same thing. The only thing that gets plus 15 is damage-based
Right.
attacks. Everything else is that. Evasion does apply if you...
Ooh.
And I do have evasion.
All right, so with the evasion, that gets you a 25. So Krim, you'll have to make a DC 15. Exodus will have to make a DC 10, which he makes automatically. But Zeramus will take the full brunt.
I take a nice little ruse.
Nope, you are actually dazed from the sonic clap, as is
Yes, first degree. Yep.
Zeramus. That is an affliction dazed, so it can only go away at the end of your round if by making a fortitude save to shake it off. But both you and Zeramus are dazed, which means you can only either take a move or a standard action. No, dazed is just you're at -1. No, dazed is can't take either a move or a standard
Dazed
action.
and vulnerable.
Dazed and vulnerable. Vulnerable means your defenses are your active defenses are cut in half, which means if you have, for example, a base parry rank of 4, it becomes a base rank of 2.
All right.
No, it cuts it in half completely. What am I doing? Yeah.
So Lutra, after having done that, looks a little less ready to take an attack, and I'm gonna use whatever movement I've got left in my move by action or whatever that's called, and just kind of stagger backwards a little bit.
That's fair.
Actually, wait. Hold on. Towards Anton.
Hey, everyone wants to be around the guy with the stones.
Lucha is vulnerable as well, because that ability makes him vulnerable. But I think that's just to the end of the start of my next turn.
It's to the beginning of your next
Right.
turn. But that's okay for you because Exodus is very angry that some peasant, in his mind, like Anton, could actually hurt him. So he is now kind of pissed. He's just looking at Anton. Don't you feel guilty, as I know you are, for bringing your friends here and getting them trapped where they can never return to everything they know? He's attacking you with burden of guilt. I know a 16 dead nut hits Anton, so I'm going to need a will save from Anton. DC is 22. Would you like to use a hero point to re-roll that?
Yeah.
Probably a good idea. But you rolled under a 10, so you get the plus 10, making it a 28, which means you don't feel guilty at all about that. And for the record, that's a good thing, because as you saw, that's a progressive weaken, which means if you fail to save, every turn you'd have to make it again without him having to make another attack.
No,
As you were sort of...
I'm good, Judge. But I got something for you.
Oh, it is your turn.
So I got to segue into a quick DMT and TGE.
Go right ahead.
What's up?
Combat will resume shortly. And sorry, remind me, the judge's weakness is what?
Ego.
Is
It's
it
ego.
pride? Or
It's
ego?
ego.
We're just standing next to Anton, kind of like, oh, my ears.
And one thing Lutrod knows is the air around me and Anton is getting really, really hot.
Oh, this is warmer here than it was in Antarctica.
So I look directly at the judge and I say, what, you don't like some rookie throwing your stones around?
The face at the top of the scales sort of gives you the angry, leery eyes. And you can visibly tell he's getting kind of pissed off at you.
And what about if we take your move and make it one even better? And I just kind of nod at Anton.
So as he nods, I lift up the next meteor and start spinning it right in front of the judge.
And then at this point, I just hold my hands out and just use my line of fire and just set it into a molten slag.
Team attack!
Yes.
So go ahead and roll terraforming. And Dark, actually, technically, you're going to roll a... well, actually, they're both area damages.
Would that be my fire manipulation?
Yes. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is, because these are technically both area effects that we're doing, he's going to actually get a check versus the dog. Which he will fail because of the added bonus of 2 people doing it. So now he has to make versus... could you hit your fire line, please, so I can see the DC on it? Alrighty, that's what I need to see. Okay, so because of the nature of the superheated magma rock that you guys just threw at him, he will take another bruise from that. The team attack, because even though technically it was 2 area effects, he missed the dodge, so you got a couple extra bonus points on the DC, which allowed you to bruise him. It also looked really freaking cool.
And as Phantasm sort of sees that coming, and this is actually part of my move, because he doesn't know what's going to happen, all's that the party, Exodus, and Zeramus can see is Phantasm sort of become darkness and then disappear somewhere.
So your move is to do that. At the end of your turn, you may go ahead and roll a Fortitude save to attempt to shake off the day. Which
Apparently not.
Not.
I am totally rolling like dark tonight.
Feels good, don't it?
And now you know why Dark has all area of effect abilities. He makes me have to roll.
There's the secret.
Yep. So Zeramus
I ain't no
is
dummy.
still pissed off, but he doesn't know where Phantasm went. So the closest thing to him that's an enemy is Malkier. He's still technically dazed, so he is just, and this is all for flavor because he can only move or attack. He's going to move, but he's just sort of coming at you in a rage, and he just sort of comes at you and just swings the giant crab claw, and it makes a giant hole right in front of you. And because of the way team attacks work, Malkier got moved down to being at the same point in the initiative as Anton, so technically it's Lutra's turn.
Lutra kind of shakes the cobwebs out of his head. It's like, okay. And kind of just in time to see the crab guy Zeramus right in front of him. It's like, and he's just gonna pounce on him and claws and teeth attack him.
You hit.
Kind of surprised.
By no tears, but you hit.
Yay.
Also, what I will give you is he doesn't taste like crab.
It's supposed to be better than that. Oh.
And you find the really, really hard part of the chitin.
He's taken like all will damage, hasn't he?
Yep. Exodus's turn.
Hold 1 second. I'm just gonna move. We're just gonna kind of stick and move, so to speak.
Stick and move.
Well, he's already been kind of sort of area attacked once, so he's trying to keep spread out a bit.
So at this point, Exodus is extremely angry with Anton, and he's doing something he doesn't normally do. He's being overly reckless. He's coming in charging, and as he's coming in, sort of he raises up one of the scales. He's sort of coming in and using the scale like a hammer on Anton. He is attacking Anton with Scale of. I know a 16 hits, so I will need a DC 29 toughness save.
Got that for you.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Oh, Anton's a tank. The one thing you also notice, Malkier and Anton will both notice this, is he did that very recklessly. It looks like he's opened up for an attack.
Oh.
Malkier is up.
Judging by that, I am going to focus squarely on him and just grab like a handful of sand and use my fireball to try to hit both of them.
Right,
Just kind of
fireball.
What's up?
What is Fireball's description? Okay, yeah. So basically, you'll just fire it into the area, and they'll both have to make dodge checks.
Actually, hold on. I would like to go at the same time again.
You guys are, yeah. I'm just going in turn order, technically.
Well, my turn kind of has to take place first for this. I'm going to stir up a cloud of the earthen dust around these two, as I'm getting ready to incinerate them, or not incinerate, but encapsulate them in stone.
I see what you're doing. Go ahead and roll Menagerie of Stone. Right, and Anton, and go ahead and roll Fireball as well, Malkir.
Jeez, we got the fire and rock team here.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have brother elements. You can do things like this, and it looks really cool. So they're both going to get dodge checks, and depending on the result of the dodge check will obviously depend on the DC of things, because if they can't move, then they can't dodge the fireball.
Oh dear.
Now, I'm going to have to take numbers off of this dodge that I'm rolling because of the vulnerability.
Oof.
That's a roll.
That's a high one, yeah, I don't... Oh no!
Okay, so we're getting crab cakes. I'll give you that one right now.
It wasn't he already vulnerable to... No, was it Exodus I was vulnerable?
Exodus was vulnerable. That was just Zeramis, who has literally no dodge. Exodus, if I cut that in half...
I mean, you rolled a 19.
Right. So Exodus will manage to dodge just barely, like...
Yeah, it would have been
just
26.
like by the skin of his teeth. However, you fully encapsulate Zeramis. For lack of a better description here, I'm not going to bother rolling the toughness save. What I'm going to say is you literally just make crab cakes.
Be careful, they don't taste like crab.
Yeah, like he's trapped. The fireball melts the stone. You hear hissing, screaming, popping, the smell of cooking crab, and then just dissolve.
I kind of look at Exodus and it's like, you're next.
And
He was weak. You're an insolent fool.
and as Exodus is sort of responding to Anton.
Hold on. Before I end that, I do want to use a hero point for leadership to free Phantasm from his...
You can do that. Describe how you're doing it.
I think we just did the incineration of the thing.
Okay, fair enough.
That's inspiring enough.
Yeah, leadership can remove certain abilities or certain hindrances. Dazed is one of them.
So
That'll be done.
as Exodus is like sitting there clapping back at Anton, all of a sudden there's just a stream of dark energy coming from behind them right at like the core, that glowing green core of Exodus.
Oh! Oh,
Good night,
what?
everyone.
What a time!
That's a good time for a crit. That's a very good time for a crit.
It's also a good time for a very low roll.
Yep, it is. I rolled a 4.
Yes, you did.
So here Exodus is getting slammed square in the glowing, and that'll be 2 bruises and a staggered for the judge Sal. Like at this point, he is reeling hardcore. It's time for EFO is up.
Lucha's gonna take the opportunity to pounce on the guy.
You smile because you know what EFO means?
No.
Everyone's favorite
Oh,
otter.
there you go.
Party otter in the house tonight. Also, that's going to be a 3-tier multi-attack, so that's going to be a DC 31 toughness save. Again, he put himself vulnerable because of
Right.
the weakness of ego, so yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but 31 minus 15 is 16, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yep,
That would be a
that's,
4-tier
three-tier.
failure, which means Lutra, in a rather gross display of otterness, completely chomps down on the glowing of Exodus, and as he bites down on the glowing orb, a couple of things happen. One, it's going to shatter, and Lutra's going to get a little bit of extraplanar space goo everywhere. Kidding, I'm kidding. And we're going to see lots of dissolving.
After that, Lucha kind of falls to the ground like, oh! Oh! Wow! Yeah. Ben! Lucha kind of gets himself up and immediately runs over.
As Lutra's running over, I need an insight check.
Insight. I have that. Not great.
That's okay. As you're running over, the person on the other relief very much reminds Lutra of the boy he ran into in the weird dreamscape session, but older.
Right. Lucha kind of, like, he's going towards Ben, held up, and he looks over at the other guy and says, huh? That's strange. First, he looks down to see if he can untie Ben.
Oh, very easily.
Oh, okay.
At
You
that
can slice through the ropes if you
Right,
want to.
yeah.
You have sharp claws.
Okay, yeah, so
at that
he
point,
does that and then goes over towards this guy. And starts letting him
You
out.
have cut them down from their relief.
Yep.
Ben will speak up first. Wait, you beat them?
Well, yeah. Are they awake? They were unconscious before.
Well, actually, but before you, as you're cutting down Ben, Phantasm is going to beat you into cutting down the other guy.
Oh.
And as that happens, Krim, I believe this one's on you.
So obviously, because I don't have sharp claws or teeth, I'm actually cutting down who we know to be, well, we don't know, but
Zephyr.
it's Zephyr.
Zephyr, right?
As I'm cutting down Zephyr with my sword starts glowing green.
Phantasm, your sword is glowing green.
How about that?
That's weird.
So yeah, anyway, Ben's sort of going to shake himself too and be like, you beat them?
We did.
So he looks, Lutra, is that you?
It is. Hi.
And the same type of hug that Anton gave you, Ben is now giving you.
Except for less stone.
Right. Lucha hugs back very tightly. Like,
But how, you're supposed to be dead. How did you get here?
well, we were just in the gym, at Dr. Casey's place, and then we said we heard a voice say something, and then I said the word, and then we ended up here.
Tempest Iter.
Yeah, that one.
Zephyr speaks up.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Lucha looks over.
He looks over at Anton. You caught the hint. Good job.
Yeah, sure.
For the record, Tempest Iter is Latin for time journey.
What's Latin?
He just looks at Ben. I didn't believe you until right now. You weren't kidding.
Lucia kind of looks over at Zephyr. And you said he did sort of think it was Ven, right?
Yeah, very much
So
so. The hair and the eyes
So
specifically.
Lucha looks up at him and says, Ven?
He sort of whips back over. How the hell do you know my name?
I saw you.
I've never met you before.
You haven't?
I have never met you before in my life. I've heard stories of you, but I've never met you.
But I saw you.
What do you mean you saw me?
Yeah, right after the globe got stabbed. I was in a neighborhood with a weird, creepy kid named Larry. And I saw you.
Me?
Yeah. And we were attacked by a shadow monster. You were much, much younger.
I think you might have had too much Swedish fish.
No, that...
There was never a kid named Larry who lived in my neighborhood. I have fought shadow monsters, but never with the accompaniment of a pet otter.
No, you didn't fight it. You were just scared. I've seen you before, but I don't know what... It was, as I said, right after the globe got stabbed, and then we were kind of out of it for 2 months.
He kind of just, at this point, sort of rolls his eyes a little bit at Lutra and turns to Phantasm. This, however, is a very interesting development.
At that point, and it's the first time that any of the others will see this, Phantasm just like flicks his wrist and a sword appears in his hand. Are you talking about this?
Yes. Apparently, it decided it wanted to absorb a little of my magic.
Green, huh? You wouldn't happen to be a wind mage, would you?
A tornado appears in his hand. Zephyr does mean wind.
Yeah, so does Mistral.
And technically also, since the otter has spoiled it, so does my first name as well.
Yeah, I don't go by it much, but Gale Mistral is very, very close to Ven Zephyr, so...
My name is Ventus Parker, but okay.
Okay, Ven and Zephyr, you know. Just like Gale and Mistral, yes. I also used to have control of wind.
Wind begets wind. You'll be able to make good use of that.
I'm sure of it.
Why?
I won't put it to waste.
Why did you come here? This was a trap. And to the surprise of everything, you survived.
Oh, a voice told us to come here. Well, me.
A voice?
Yeah.
Told you to come here.
Yeah, this voice, she said to use the circle, the ruins of Alcatraz, and then use the anger and their ego against them.
Ain't to roll. You touched a coin, didn't you?
Yeah. A while ago. What's wrong with that?
That means this was part of their plan.
Hmm?
Damn it.
What's the coin? It said,
What coin did you grab?
Sagittarius.
Like, his face contorts and he looks super, super angry.
Wait, coin?
Yeah.
What coin?
We fought Dopplers of ourselves. Back at
Of
Bay
course you
City.
did. How are they one step ahead all the time?
By the way, when Phantasm hears Lucha say that we fought Dopplers of herself, he kind of chuckles.
He's picking that up from everybody else having said it.
How are they always? Can you materialize the coin, please?
Do I have the coin on me?
Yeah, it's in your pocket.
Okay, I pulled the coin out. I didn't remember if I
And,
left it with Casey or not.
Nope. And Ven does a couple of weird hand signals, and a box appears. Can we place it in here?
Okay. Richard puts the coin inside.
He snaps the lid shut, and you hear what sounds like some sort of magical lock happening, and then the box disappears.
Oh. That's kind of neat, though.
That's better off there.
Well, where'd it go?
Someplace where it can't be used again.
But it helped us get here.
That's what she does.
Who's she?
She refers to herself as the Whisperer.
Well, she was doing a lot of that.
I'm assuming she told you exactly where to go and what their weaknesses were, too.
Yeah, she did.
That's what she does.
So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, she seems kind of helpful.
She's helpful to achieve her own ends. Her own ends are to help the Master of Precepts take over the world.
Oh.
No, that doesn't sound so helpful.
How does killing those two help them out?
I don't know.
We still know for sure that those two are actually dead.
I mean, that's true, I guess.
Either way, they're still going to exist when you go back to where you came from. Just because you kill something in the future doesn't mean it doesn't exist in the past.
As he explains that, Lucha kind of like looks around and kind of puts that together, and his head's like, just kind of frowns, like, oh.
So, but that coin. You opened the time portal before that coin was obtained. Does that mean there's two here right now?
Highly unlikely. Highly, highly unlikely.
Well, we came here to go back home. Well, I guess back to our time. We're kind of home,
Yeah.
but
Which
it's
means
destroyed.
Which means we need to head back to Bouvet one last time.
Bouvet?
Bouvet Island.
Oh, where we just were.
It was the hideaway I was using, but I knew the magic produced in the spell to call Anton would alert the Braves to our presence.
The what?
The Zodiac Braves, it's what they refer to themselves as.
Oh.
Well, we got here by a fire portal.
Yep, and we can get back through one of these. He waves his hand and a wind portal appears.
Ooh, much nicer than the fire.
I thought the fire was okay.
I just kind of glare over at Anton.
What? I mean, I didn't want to put you out.
And just hearing the banter, Phantasm shakes its head and just walks.
Before you walk through the portal, you and only you hear what appears to be a whisper on the wind saying, "Hold on a second.
and like everyone sees Phantasm pause as like the tip of his toe is touching the portal.
You all right there, Phantasm?
Yeah, I was just told to wait.
Oh, great. Another voice that only one of us can hear.
Yeah, it's getting kind of old.
You see, as you're going to hear another whisper, and you see Ven sort of casually moving his hands in what appears to be a somatic component. It's, we need to have a discussion once everyone else goes through the portal.
Very well. But to sort of encourage everyone to hurry up and go through, Phantasm starts walking into the portal, but then kind of disappears.
Does his little poofy thing?
Yes, does his poof, so everyone thinks he went through the portal, but he never did.
Anton's just gonna walk through the portal. I'm done. I want to go back.
Right.
I want to go back to my time.
Lucha looks at Ben and is like, "Are you coming with us, or?"
Only back to the island.
Well, that's what I meant. Lucha kind of like hugs him as they both kind of walk through the portal together.
Did Malakir go through?
Yeah, I follow with him.
All right. The four of you walk out onto Bouvet Island. The portal closes behind you for a quick second. Cute trick, by the way. Gale.
Yeah, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. So, what exactly do you wish to talk about?
Well, even though I took the coin, she's still going to be inside his head. I'm telling you because anything that he knows, she'll know. You need to find a way to get her out of his head. I don't necessarily know how to, but I know something that might. You might have better luck than I do. And he passes you a piece of paper. Wait till you get back. Another portal opens up.
Phantasm goes through it in his darkness form, so he can reappear on the other side, close to where the others are, without actually looking like he's coming through a portal.
And Ven will walk through the portal and close it.
Lucha looks up. Oh, Phantasm, there you are.
Yeah, I was just doing a little scenery just to ensure that we were indeed where we ought to be.
Oh, good.
And while they were doing that, I was setting the stones back to where they were since Lucha had played with them.
I didn't play with them.
You picked a few up.
I didn't pick any up.
Your observation of them messed with them.
What? Huh?
They're magical.
Either way, they're back where they need to be. Thank you. This was never supposed to intended to be this way, but the next time we meet, or this is Ven talking, next time we meet, I won't know who you are. Are we ready?
Lucha looks over at Van again and says, "So we never really met before?"
This is the first time I've ever met you, little otter.
That's so weird. I know I saw you before.
As you're saying that, he starts chanting in a language that none of you have ever heard. It doesn't even sound like Latin at this point. The one thing you notice is it's very melodic. It sounds like as he's speaking, it's got a very melodic tone to it. And the more he speaks, the more he rises up into the air. and the more the green aura around him flares, as well as the green glow in his eyes. Wind swirls around the ritual circle as a tornado envelops you guys. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it gets around the four of you, sort of gobbles you all up. And the next thing that you guys know, all four of you are back in the gym.
I assume Lucha falls.
Holy crap, Ben's a bard.
Right.
What?
I said, holy crap, Ben's a bard.
Right. I assume Lucha falls on his backside when he appears.
Lutra ends up not falling on his backside, but landing stomach first on a overturned punching bag.
Oh, okay. Ow! Lucha kind of shakes himself up and stands up. Looks down at the punching bag. Why was that there?
For those of you who paid attention to this, it's literally like 10 seconds after you left that you got back. Well, that the three of you left. It's been probably an hour for Anton.
So looks around and says,
All right.
Hey, we made it! I think.
Someone get a calendar.
Hub date.
August 2nd, 2008.
We're back.
Hey, how long have we been gone?
About 10
time.
seconds.
Oh. Didn't feel like 10
Well,
seconds.
Anton was gone about an hour. You're gone about 10
It
seconds.
didn't feel like 10 seconds.
Where did you go anyway?
Antarctica 15 years in the future.
Have you been eating too much Swedish fish?
No! In fact, I haven't had any, thank you very much.
One of the
Yeah,
little
but-
super robots comes out with a package.
Ooh, thank you.
Just sheerly curious. Phantasm flicks his wrist just to see if the sword still definitely appears.
It definitely appears. Definitely has a green tinge to it.
Oh, that was
So-
weird.
Yeah, just a little.
So, Anton,
Yes.
that stuff that you were doing,
Yeah.
I don't think we need the armor anymore.
Nah, I think we're good. And
Oh, good. These posters were ruining my walls.
Wait, so you put up the posters?
I wanted my armor.
Okay.
Can you blame
I
me?
thought it was Hub making a joke.
If
I
it
mean,
was
that
me
sounds
making a
like
joke, I
Hub.
wouldn't have offered $50,000. I'd have offered 5 cents.
That's true.
And just to make sure Anton forms the stone armor around him again in the exact shape of his old arm. Yeah, I think we're good.
Nice. Wow.
So,
Phantasm makes his way back up to Casey's office.
Yeah, I'm following along very close. Actually, no. Lucia's gonna go find... Is Ben around? Just gonna go find Ben.
He would be up in the penthouse.
And just kind of give him a hug.
I'm
yeah,
actually
that's
going.
about it.
I'm actually going to make it up there quite a bit before them. That way, Phantasm can start working on his little project that's going to greet them whenever they get in there.
Okay, after Lucia hugs Ben, he's gonna go down. Casey.
Okay. What is this for, Lutra?
I just like you.
Okay. Random hugs, random otter hugs are okay.
Yeah. Trust me, it'll be
Just surprising.
it'll be good in the future. I promise.
He sort of looks at you funny, like, and okay,
Here, have the.
want to play video games?
Yeah, actually. Lucha hands him this like half-eaten bag of Swedish fish too.
Ooh. So Lutra and Ben are currently playing Street Fighter.
What's this guy with all the green body anyway?
Oh, that's Blanca.
Oh,
If you hit this button, he'll watch. He hits the button, does the electric aura.
ooh, that's pretty neat.
For the record, because he's a 12-year-old and he likes to win, he's spamming the 1,000 palm slaps of E Honda.
Right. Hey, well, this game's hard.
So while Lutra is indisposed playing video games, what is Phantasm doing?
Phantasm is he's sort of hijacked, or not really hijacked, but taking control over Casey's computer, printing out a bunch of papers and everything else, scrounging around through Casey's desk for like any type of red permanent marker or any color permanent marker, really.
You do know I have a closet full of office supplies. You can just ask.
And Phantasm just sort of grunts and he's like, red. And continues with
One of the hub bots will come out with a red Sharpie.
So yeah, Phantasm scribbles on a couple of the papers and goes over to one of Casey's cork boards and just like removes all the papers from it and just starts tacking all of his pictures to it.
What are you doing?
These are the 13 Zodiacs. These are the 13 Scions that we're going to be dealing with.
So you've basically made me a Zodiac murder board.
Oh god, it's a Zodiac killer all over again.
Let's refer to them as hunts. These are just our 13 marks.
Do we have pictures of them, or is that?
I will upload pictures of all of them. I have them all uploaded to my journal stuff. I just haven't made them into handouts yet. But yes, at some point in the next day, I will make sure all of the Zodiac pictures are handouts.
And if Lutra, Makir, or Anton enter the room, they will notice that 4 specific papers have marks on them.
Chaos, Famfrit, Hashmal, and Bellius.
No, actually not.
Oh, I thought that's where you're going with that.
Exodus and Zeramis have red X's over top of them. Queklian has 2 underlines underneath the image. And Shemhazai is circled, like violently circled.
So Lucha walks in the room, sees this, just like, huh?
Care to explain what you're doing here, Phantasm, and what exactly you're trying to elaborate on?
I have a feeling we're going to be dealing with all 13 of them at some point.
Why did you mark some of them?
Well, these are the 4 that we've had some sort of encounter with so far.
4?
Obviously, you know these 2, and I point to Exodus and Zeramis.
Right.
If you remember our little encounter, Queklian deals with impurities, which include poison. We heard that voice. I no doubt believe that is Queklian. And Shemhaze? Well, I have a feeling that she's a lot closer than we would like her to be.
Oh. Where's she at?
I am not entirely sure.
Oh. How do you know she's closer than you think?
Because she corresponds to Sagittarius.
Oh, the coin! Right. I don't have that anymore. It's actually stuck trapped 15 years in the future.
Let us hope.
Lucha nods. Gosh, Ben's really good at that fighting game.
You hear Hub speak up. He cheats.
Huh?
Yeah,
So,
he just plays as the same person and spams the 1,000 palm strike. He cheats.
Gotta be a way to beat him.
Phantasm leans over to Lutra's ear. Pick Rio. Down. To forward. Punch.
Okay.
From a distance.
And you hear Hub yell out, Hadouken!
Oh. Down, forward, punch. Okay.
Hadouken!
so while this is going on, Anton's kind of gone back into the library, and he's searching for any notes or legends about the aspects. There
is absolutely none in Stormbreaker Technologies.
Not even on Google. No legends or myths.
Nope.
Dr. Casey's gotta brush up his library with magic books.
At this point, Malkier would go to what he usually does at night and go up to the roof.
Lucha's gonna go cook dinner for everybody.
Roll it. It's not as good as the other night, but it's still good.
So what are we having tonight, Lutra?
Some basic grilled chicken. I'm kind of tired. I didn't really feel like putting a lot of effort into it. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's chicken. Sounds good.
Yeah. Just thinking easy tonight.
I'll be right back, guys. I have to go check something.
Yeah, so it's basically chicken with, like, some steamed vegetables on the side. Maybe some rice.
So, anything exciting happened while I was gone?
Well, we fought copies of ourselves.
What is this water skiing I'm seeing on Twitter?
Oh, hold on, let me show you. Hub brings up the video.
Oh yeah, they took me water skiing. It was fun.
Oh, that's so adorable. Wait. You did it in otter form?
Yeah, I was so excited I forgot to turn my belt on. Then everyone on the beach was all clapping. So I went up onto the beach then, and there was this very long line of children who all wanted to hug me. And I hugged every single one of them. It took an hour
Well, good.
Yeah, it's great. There's a news story about it and everything. And then the next...
Speaking of Hub,
Yeah.
have there been any updates to the latest news story about the doppelganger?
Yeah, here, hold on. He brings up an article from the Bay City Chronicle, same paper that posted the video of the doppelgangers robbing the place, and it's the article is turns out it was basically it's an article sort of saying that yeah, this was people trying to ruin the good name of the new heroes in town. Turns out they had found a way to using some technology to make themselves look like the heroes, and they were taken down pretty easily. And then it shows a warehouse video of you guys fighting them, but it doesn't show them getting disintegrated. It shows them being attacked and then sort of having what appears to be technology similar to that of Lutra's belt sort of disappear, and you just sort of see three generic looking thug like people getting riled off in handcuffs.
That's not what happened.
Good video editing, Hub.
Actually, you can thank Lutra for that one.
What?
I was helping Dr. Casey with the belt, realized how it worked, and he kind of gave me access to it for a minute. Thank you.
You're welcome?
Oh, by the way, there's a present for you on your desk.
You didn't do anything weird to it, did you?
If by weird you mean make it look like three people got arrested, then no, not at all.
Okay. He just scampers off to his room.
The belt is there and as shiny as the day he got it.
Oh my goodness, it's awesome. He puts the belt on. He tries it out real quick.
I'm assuming he's walking back out into the common area as he tries it out.
Yeah.
So Hub did mess with the belt a little bit.
Figures.
As you go to human form, you still look like Brandon, but you're in a very, very, very over the top and gaudy peacock outfit.
Huh?
Hey, Lutra.
Don't.
Nice feathers.
Just don't.
And then because we can't get it because of copyright in things, Hub blares throughout the entire complex "Peacock" by Katy Perry.
Hey, Lutra, after this, maybe you got a career in Vegas.
Where's Vegas?
In the middle of the desert.
Why would I want a career in the middle of the desert? There's no water there.
There is in the city, though.
Let's just start.
All the swimming pools you can imagine.
Gotcha. Ooh, nice. Just starts tapping buttons to see if he can change everything.
He goes invisible, goes back to the peacock outfit, goes back invisible, and he's back to normal human form.
The belt's supposed to be able to change, like, parts of that anyway.
Right, but basically what happened is Hub put it so that the first 3 button presses were peacock, invisible, peacock.
Gotcha. Lucha gets himself looking like Brandon again. He kind of looks in a mirror for a little bit. He starts tinkering with his belt again, and his brown hair in a human form starts to change and actually gets the triple light-headed highlights that go down from his forehead actually down. It's actually down his back in otter form, but just in his hair gets the 3 spiked highlights in his hair. He kind of looks at it, nods. He's like, "Yeah, I like that."
Real quick for the 2 people who are in the room, give me perception checks. Not Lutra. Anton doesn't notice this, but Phantasm does. Apparently, Hub had one more trick. There's no shoes in the hologram.
Not that Lucha would notice or care.
Right. It's more for the running gag if Lucha still doesn't wear booties.
Right. With that, Lucha turns back into otter form.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. This has been issue 2.5, Future Perfect. I don't have a name as of right yet for issue 2.6, so we'll get that to you when we get it. But as I said, thank you all very much for watching. On behalf of the gaggle of goons here, OPT Lawyer, Dark Files, Crimson Avix, and Nerestra, I am the Greenleaf Effect. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Oh, and 2 PowerPoints each, by the way.
Yay.
Bye.